Supari Tomurti. Om Pungi Palamya Deva Nagavadana Yukta Lana Chunatam Tambulam Brati Gretam. We offer clove. Om Bande Deva Umapatim Suruguram Bande Jakatakaranam Bande Pannagabhushanam Rigamara Bande Pashunapatim Bande Suru Susankaranganenam Bande Mukunda Prem Bande Bhakta Janadhara Kapidara Bande Shiva Shankaram. Drops of water. Ganga Jamuna Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Achmanam Vinyogaachmanam Samarpyami Anjani Sutaye Namaha Achmanam Samarpyami Dakshina Danam Om Hiranya Gharava Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patirikayasi Saradharam Prithivim Namah Dakshina Danam Maham Karikshe Chant with me Shubham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Samparam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Nipajotir Namostute Dakshina Danam Samarpyami Pushpadan flowers Malnityadini Sugandhini Malnityadini Ve Prabhu Mayatani Pujatam Pushpani Prati Gretam Lokabhiramam Ranarangadiram Rajevanitram Raghuvansanatam Karanya Rupam Karunakarantam Sri Ramachandram Sirishanamami Om Namo Hanumantana Om Namo Hanumantana Om Namo Hanumantana Panputranvani Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai Satya Sanatan Dharma Ki Jai. We have heard many times before about the arrival of Bhagwan through the medium of Lord Hanuman. What are the events, what are the circumstances under which Lord Hanuman made his appearance into the world? In the Shiva Mahapuran, there is a beautiful katha that says, at one time Bhagwan Vishnu had made an announcement in the heavens. An announcement. An announcement is geared at giving some kind of information, isn't it? And Lord Vishnu made the announcement. And what did he say? Jai Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sita Ram. Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sita Ram. Jai Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sita Ram. Bhagwan Vishnu made the announcement. I'm about to leave the heavens and I'm about to go down on the earth. And so I'm about to take my manifestation in the kingdom of a king whose name is Dasarath, in the womb of a queen whose name is Kausilya. And so as I will take my manifestation there, it means that, oh Devatas, in my absence in the heavens, you must be able to fill the void. You must be able to fill the void. And so Bhagwan Vishnu making this pronouncement, thinking that all the other Devatas will be happy with what he's saying. The other Devatas, they became upset. Have you ever done something with purity in your heart and from your mind, thinking that it will make everybody around happy, and instead everybody becomes unhappy? I want to tell you, you could never make everybody happy all the time, do you know? You could make some people happy sometime. But the only time you'll never be able to make somebody happy is when they're first happy with themselves. You have to be happy with yourself first. If you are not happy, then whether what anybody else does, it will bring no joy to you. True or not? Have you ever received a gift when you are sad? When you are unhappy? What is the emotion like? You just take it and you just put it. Have you ever received a gift when you are happy? Maybe for your birthday. You can't wait to get in the box. You're excited, isn't it? Talking about getting in a box, you know one day they'll put us in a box. Have you all given thought to that? This morning is not the morning to remind you of that. Lord Shiva stood up and he looked at Lord Vishnu and he says, "Oh Lord Vishnu, If you are going down on the earth, I want to go down on the earth too. And Lord Vishnu says, but there is a place prepared for me. I'm going to be manifested in a kingdom. Oh Lord Shiva, where will you go? There is no place prepared for you. Where will you go? And Lord Shiva says, well, I don't care. If I have to look like a monkey, then I'll look like a monkey. And a monkey lives in the forest. If I have to go in the forest, then I'll go in the forest. But I'm going to. There's some people, once they're determined to do something, they will do it. You know that? And there are some people, they just have no determination. They just sit down and cry down everything all the time. Lord Shiva says, I will manifest. And so in one of my Rudra avatars, the 11th manifestation, I will come and my name will be Hanuman. There is some other being upset now hearing this. Who is upset? Who will become upset? Jai Lakshmi Kalyani Maya, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani,
Jai Lakshmi Kalyani Maya, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani.
Mother Lakshmi is furious. She's upset, she's angry. Lord Shiva is going, and I'm your wife, and you never invited me. Wife, how do you feel when you find out about your husband's actions or plans, and you're not included? How do you feel? Hello? Wives, how do you feel? Cindy, how will you feel? Mother Lakshmi says, Lord Shiva could go and I'm not going. How is that possible? I must go too. And so Mother Lakshmi says, I will come. I will take my own manifestation and I will meet with you down on the earth. Have you ever heard somebody going somewhere, maybe Maracas, and they didn't invite you? And they say, well, I'll come in Maracas and I'll meet you. I'll see you there. And so Mother Lakshmi, she says, I will come. And when I take my manifestation, my name will be known as Janki. Janki, Sita. Now Mother Lakshmi is coming as Sita. Lord Shiva is coming as Hanuman. There is somebody else upset. Who is upset? A being whom you and I will think will not get upset, gets upset. Who is that? Shambhu Mahadeva, Shiva Shambhu Mahadeva. Shambhu Mahadeva,
Shambhu Mahadeva, Shiva Shambhu Mahadeva.
O Shiva Har Shambhu Mahadeva,
O Shiva Har Shambhu Mahadeva.
Lord Shiva is coming as Hanuman. Bhagwan Vishnu is coming as Shri Ram. Mother Lakshmi is coming as Mother Sita. But there is somebody who is upset. Seshanag, the serpent, the snake upon which Lord Vishnu sits. He says, you are going down on the earth. I have been giving you a cushion to sit on for all this time. And you are going down on the earth and you are leaving me here alone. What will I do here in your absence? And the snake is talking. Can a snake talk? Hello? We are on television, so I can't answer. You answer. Can a snake talk? The snake comes up to you and say, I am your only true friend, you know. Kuchi kuchi ku. I love you. And when you put your guard down and you think that your friend is really your friend attacks you. It is the nature of a snake to. It is the nature of a snake to. The snake might shed its skin, but its nature remains the very same. Isn't it? And so Seshanag begins to cry. He says, I want to go too. And so Bhagwan Vishnu says, Seshanag, where will you go? And Seshanag says, well, I I've been very close to you here in the Kshitrasagar, the Milky Ocean. So wherever I'm going, I want to be close to you. Put me very close to you. And then Bhagavan Vishnu says, well, may you be manifested in the kingdom of Dasarath as well. And so you will be born, you will be manifested as one of his sons. And your name will not be Seshana, your name will be Lakshmana. Then there is Bharat and there is Shatrugna. Vernon and Anand said to me, he says, you know, nobody talks about Shatrugna and nobody talks about those two brothers of Ram. Who are they? Who were they when the plans were being made to come down on the earth? Who were they? Who were they? Any idea? Dev is having a Ramayana Yajna. We'll hear about Shatrugna and Bharat. Who are they? But the scene is that. And so down on the earth, Bhagavan Vishnu, Bhai Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kausilya Hititari. In the kingdom of Dasarath, from the womb of Kausilya, Bhagavan Vishnu has manifested as Sri Ram. Bhai Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kausilya Hititari. The kingdom is full. But now Dasarath, who had no children, he has 4 putra, he has 4 sons. But now that the kingdom is full, Dasarath has sons. 1 week after the arrival of Bhagavan Shri Ram, we celebrate the arrival of Lord Hanuman. Why? In the Katha, I spoke about a bird flying down and grabbing hold of some of the kheer. I spoke about that bird grabbing the kheer of who? Kekai. Why? Because Kekai, while she was supposed to be eating, Kekai was quarreling and arguing. When you are eating, you are supposed to eat. It is unethical. It is not proper that while you are eating, you talk. You know why? Fragments of your food will fall on the people around you. Do you know that? It is unethical. It is unethical to not swallow your spit while you're talking, because you know what will happen? In Trinidad, we say, oh God, I'm feeling the boulders. Have you ever? Boulders wasn't only used to make that sub-road that came into here, or to put in the karhi that you will eat today. We say, I feel some of your boulders. Kausilya, she's happy. Kekai is happy. Sumitra is happy. Dasarath is happy. But in the forest, that bird that grabbed hold of some of that kheer, flying over the forest, drops the kheer through the grace of Pawan, the wind, onto the female monkey. Who is the female monkey? Her name is Anjana. Who was she in a previous birth? Her name was Punjika Sthala. She was the maid servant of Guru Brihaspati. The Guru had placed a sharp on her that she'll be turned into a monkey. And so, having the form of a monkey, she started to cry. She says, oh Guru, I've served you all my life. Then how can you be so unjust to me? You have sharped me, you have cursed me to be a monkey. Of all the animals, a monkey. And the Guru Brihaspati, with compassion in his heart, he says, having the form of this monkey, you will give birth to a son who is powerful, the storehouse of Bal, Buddhi and Vidya. And so soon after he is born, you will die and you will come back to my realm to be my servant again. Not thinking, she accepted what was being given. Sometimes we take things thinking that will add value to our lives, but when we take it, we realize it only adds more stress and frustration. And we regret receiving what we received. Some people might immediately think about their wedding ring. Some people might immediately think about some gift that they received. The Ramayana says and teaches us, you're free to choose, but you're not freed from the consequences of your choices. So when the time comes to choose, choose wisely. Choose that which will make you happy infinitely, not temporarily. And so, Anjana Devi, she is on the cold forest floor. And lying on the cold forest floor, what will happen? Anjana Devi, she's in pain and she does not know why. Anjana Devi gives birth to a baby. Female monkey gives birth to a baby. What will the baby look like? Our mothers gave birth to us. What did we look like? Whether what was the color of our skin, whether how tall or how short we were, whether how the color of our eye or whatever else, in our mother's eyes, we were all her children. And nothing bad could be said about us. True or not? Anjana Devi grabs hold of her son, and looking at her son, she gives the first name to her son. There is a little dular name that all mothers call us. Do you know? Every mother has a dular name that she will call her children. If you have a name like Nigel, they might call you Gel. And so, the dular name that she gives to her son is Sundar Beta. Sundar means, I can't hear you. Sundar means, she's calling her son beautiful. In 2022, you can't call a boy beautiful, you know. You know why? His ego doesn't permit him to be beautiful. Society doesn't permit him to be beautiful. Beauty is not something that is found outside, but beauty is something that comes from naming her son Sundar Beta. She begins to cry and she's telling her son. You know what she's saying? Sun munde mere hame tujhe pariyon ki baatein sunao. Munde mere hame tujhe pariyon ki baatein sunao. She's saying, Sun, listen, O son, munde mere, O son of mine, I'm going to die. I received a blessing and I received a shrap, a curse at the same time. Sometimes what seems to be a blessing turns out to be a curse. And what seems to be a curse turns out to be a blessing. She says, I received the Vardhan from the Guru Brihaspati that as soon as I give birth, I will die. But you are blessed with powers. Bal Buddhi Vidya. Listen to my instruction. I want to tell you before I die. I want you to listen and I want you to hear what I have to say before I die. There are mothers who are alive and their children will never pick up the phone and call them. When you're done dead, they buy a wreath and put it by a picture and every day they're doing your aarti. Thank God you're dead. That's what it is saying. Thank God you're dead. Because while you're living, nobody says thank God you're around. We say, I drop clothes, wash it, and iron it too. Because your mother is your maid. She's your servant. That's what she is. Our dharma says our mother is our God. Our mother is our God first before even our father. Baba, you know my mother, na? You should know mine. You should have the opportunity to meet mine. Mine will never defend me in front of my face, but I know she'll defend me behind my back. I'm sure about that. Because that's how a mother is designed. She's designed in that way. She says, listen, I'm going to die, but listen to my instruction. Look up at the trees and you will see fruits. There are green fruits and red fruits and yellow fruits and orange fruits. Eat the orange one and the yellow one and the red one, but don't eat the green one. You will not enjoy it. And as soon as she utters those words, you know what happens? Mar gaya. She dies. Sundar Beta begins to shake the body of Anjani. And he's saying, Oh Ma, Oh Ma, Oh Ma, Oh Ma, tu kitni achhi hai, tu kitni boli hai, pyari pyari hai, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma. Open your eyes. hold me, talk to me, I'm listening to you. But no voice will come. No action will come. She can't open her eyes. I said in the yajna that you only know that pain when you experience it yourself. You only know that hurt, you only know that feeling when you have that experience of what it is like to lose a person that you call man. A person whom you are attached to, a person whom you are connected with. That pain is a pain that never goes away. Some people say with time, healing comes. I think with time, you recognize all of the people who are supposed to be like glue, they become like nails and thorns. And you wish that the glue who was mother was still there to hold everything and everybody together. He's trying to wake her, but she will not get up. And unable to wake her, he's a child, he's playful in nature. He looks up. And when he looks up, he's seeing a fruit. The fruit is not red, the fruit is not yellow, and the fruit is not orange. It is a combination of all of those colors. So then maybe I should taste that fruit. Color has a lot to do with attraction. True or not? You don't believe that? Take a trip to the Indian Expo. The colors send you mad. You become confused. You went for white and come back with brown and green and blue and then you say, you know, I should not buy all this. I don't know why I bought it. He leaps towards the fruit and he opens his mouth as big as he can and he's about to eat the fruit. But it is not a fruit. It is his son, Suryanarayan. And as Indra, the god of the heavens, seeing this object coming towards the sun, Indradev, without thinking or investigating, he takes his weapon and he throws it in the direction. And so the child is knocked unconscious and the child falls to the ground. You don't have to be a mother, a biological mother, to pick up somebody's child and dust them out. You have to be a real mother. You don't have to give birth to. You have to have real motherly instinct in you. And then you will pick up somebody else's child and dust them off. Pavan, the wind god, becomes upset and he grabs hold of this child and takes him to Patal, beneath the earth. The earth is without air. How long can you live without air? How long can you live without air? Anand, how long you can live without air? 3 minutes? Barry, how long you can live without air? Cindy, how long you can live without air? Well, I guess you wouldn't know because you never tried. If you put your head under water, how long you could stay under there for? The earth has no air. Imagine there was no air this morning. What will we do? The Devatas quickly come and they go to Patal. Bring your son back. Bring your son back. Come back. And when he comes, we will bless him. We will give him blessings. Bring him back. We apologize. Lord Indra made a blunder. We apologize. Sometimes when we do the wrong thing, it is important for us to apologize, you know. But we never could admit that we do the wrong thing. Never. Me too. All of us. And so when they examine the body of Sundar Beta, they recognize that his jaw is broken. Because his jaw is broken, they change his name from Sundar Beta now to Hanuman. Hanuman means the one with the broken jaw. That's what it means. And so naming him Hanuman, the Devatas begin to bless him. What are they blessing him with? Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Data असबर दीन जानकी माता, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता. They begin to bless him with Ashta Siddhi and Navanidhi. The power to become bigger than the biggest, and smaller than the smallest, and stronger than the strongest, and weaker than the weakest, heavier than the heaviest, and lighter than the lightest. Do you know you have all those powers? Do you know you have all those powers in you? Sometimes you get vexed and you lift up the couch by yourself and move it. Huh? Have you ever done that? And you never know you are so strong. But the power was awakened in you through your vexation. And in the same breath, the person who you asked to help you move the couch didn't come to help you. But then 5 minutes after, they asked you to help them move something and you say, nah, I can't move that, I'm tired. You become weaker right away, isn't it? Light. You try to make yourself light. I gave the example, you're going over the hump. You're driving over the hump and the car is overloaded. So they say to you, lift yourself off the seat. Have you ever heard that before? To make yourself light so the car wouldn't drag. I don't know if that's logical or not. I don't know if that's the right thing to do because the weight remains the same in the car, isn't it? But then somebody comes to drag you. Maybe to drag you, to put you throw you in a swimming pool. You make yourself heavy. Can you make yourself heavy? You make yourself heavy and you plant yourself so they will not be able to lift you. Do we have the power to become heavy and to become light? Do we have the power? He has the power to become small and to become big. Do you have the power to become small and big? Sit down and you pound your chest and you say, I am the man of the house. And they carry you to get an AstraZeneca to save your life from COVID and you say, oh God, hold my hand. The same lion now becomes the mouse. The same lion becomes quiet. All of the powers that Lord Hanuman has, we have those very same powers. But a day came when Hanuman lost his powers. Why? Why did he lose his powers? How did he lose it? चौकी महामुनि श्राप दियो तब पीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारी. चौकी महामुनि श्राप दियो तब पीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारी. ओ नहीं जानत हे जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. Chauki Mahamuni. Have you ever heard that name Chauki before? You and I think the Chauki is a thing in the kitchen that we bale the roti on. Chauki Mahamuni. Chauki Mahamuni. A Mahamuni is performing meditation. And as the Muni is performing meditation, Hanuman is going to the river to bathe. And as the Muni is praying, Hanuman sees the Muni and the Muni aggravates him just by seeing him. You know, there's some people you just watch them and you get vexed. Hello? There's some people you just watch them and you get vexed. True or not? You're all impressed, don't lie now. There's some people you just watch them and you say, oh God, my blood start to boil. And there's some people you watch them and you just like them. For no good reason at all, you watch them and you like them. Everybody else saying, you don't know about she, you know, and you don't know about he, you know. And you say, well, I really don't know, you know, but I like them still. And so, Chauki Mahamuni is in meditation. And so Hanuman goes and he lifts Chauki Muni. And lifting Chauki Muni, Hanuman placed Chauki Muni to sit down in an ant's patch. Have ants ever bite you before? Don't walk around the temple today. Nobody is permitted to walk around anywhere out of this perimeter. Ants might bite you. Your foot might go down in a hole or something might happen. We have no insurance for you. Stay within your boundaries. There is caution tape. Anytime you go beyond the caution tape, it's at your own risk. Nobody is going to swim today. Let's pretend it's COVID and the beach is closed. Nobody is going near the ocean today. And I feel I might have to say that real often, boy. Nobody is going close to the ocean today. We're going to just sit in here today. Chokhi Muni remains calm, and Chokhi Muni pays no heed to the ants. And remaining calm, Hanuman becomes upset, he becomes angry. You know why? People aggravate you to see reaction. And when there is no reaction, they become aggravated instead. And so becoming aggravated, Hanuman lifts Chokhi Muni and he begins to shake him. And all the ants from the body of Chokhi begins to fall on Hanuman. When you plan to do bad to somebody else, you're only doing bad to your own. And as the ant starts to fall on Hanuman and bite him, Hanuman dropped Chokhi Muni boop on the ground. And Chokhi Muni, Srapa diyo tab, Srapa diyo tab, Srapa diyo tab. He puts a shrap, he puts a curse. And the curse he puts, may you forget all your past. And one day, Bhagwan Ram himself will come and remind you of the power. Something has to happen to remind you that you are strong. Something has to happen to remind you that sometimes it's okay to be weak and say no. Something has to happen to remind you, to awaken the power that you have in you. How powerful are you? You're only as powerful as you allow yourselves to be. How important are you? You're only important as you allow yourself to be. Always remember that. And whether who likes you or whether who dislikes you, it is imperative, it is important for you to like yourself. And if anybody else likes you, that really doesn't matter because you already love yourself. This morning, Chokhi Muni places his shrap, and a day will come when Hanuman will meet with a being whose name is Sugriv. And Sugriv will introduce Hanuman to Shri Ram. And Shri Ram will say to Hanuman, I want you to go to Lanka. I want you to find Mother Sita. And Hanuman is going to say, I don't think I could do that. And Shri Ram is going to say, I think that you are the chosen one. And Hanuman is going to say, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Jai Shri Ram. And then Shri Ram is going to equip Hanuman. How? He's going to give to him Prabhu Mudrika Mele Mukh Mahi Jana Bilaje Ge Acheraje Nahi. He's going to give him a mudrika. He's going to give him a ring. And Hanuman, who has to fly over the ocean, has to keep the ring safe. If you have to keep a ring safe in the ocean, what will you do? It can't fit you on any finger or any toe. What will you do? Hello? If you have to keep a ring safe in the ocean, where will you put it? That's why when we go to the puja, the pandit say to you, be quiet. You say, where will I get a man from? Fire here. If he doing the prayers, I'll come after. I'm not coming in time for the puja because you never like to hear the right thing, you know. You never like to be corrected, you know. Hanuman puts the ring in his mouth for safekeeping. You know why? He has no intention of speaking. He has all intention of acting, not speaking. You ever hear? We describe some people, that is only bark, it has no bite. You ever hear that before? They only talk, and no action at all. I can't say that for the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and its members. For they are not talk, they are action. And through them, they made this possible today. I want you to give them a round of applause. Hanumanji puts the ring in his mouth, and Hanumanji is going to find Mother Sita. This morning, we put our Kathatan end. And just like long ago, when we thought the prayers was almost done, and we will do the Havan, and we will get the Parsad, and we'll go home, I'm going to do what the old Pandits did. On your table, there is a book. Let's take up the book. And in that book, there are 40 verses of Chalisa, the Lord Hanuman. You're going to sing it, not me. We're all going to sing together. Dan Paul is going to lead us in the Hanuman Chalisa. And so we glorify Lord Hanuman as we sing these verses with faith, with love, and with devotion. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति होलो कउजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बलदामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरण विराज सुरेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हारो जस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। संकारिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद शारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राज पर दीन्हा। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लीलोताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिले मुख माहि, जलधि आंचि गए अक्षर जनाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लगे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाथ के कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नाशै रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है पद सेध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए। और देवता चेतन धरनी, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करनी। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शतबार पाठ कर होई, जो ते वंदे महासुख होई। जो यहाँ परे हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्धि की गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा, 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 की जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। Let us ignite the flame in our Havan. ओम भूर्भुवस्वाध्यानीश्वरभुनग्न्यावाह्यामि स्थाप्यामि पूजयामश्च सुरग्निदेवतासनमिहा कक्षैः त्रिष्ठाय संकल्पं ममस्तु. We sprinkle water 3 times in a clockwise direction around the fire. सर्वपापरं देवं गाङ्ग्यं निर्मलं जलं आचमनम्यादत्त गृहाण परमेश्वर श्री विष्णवे नमः, श्री विष्णवे नमः, श्री विष्णवे नमः। लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। श्री विष्णु ओम श्री विष्णवे नमः। There are 3 pieces of wood. When I say swaha, dip them in the ghee and let's offer them into the fire, one at a time. Om bhurbhuva sva tatsaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimai dhyo yo na prachodayat swaha idam gatridam namama. Om bhurbhuva sva tatsaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimai dhyo yo na prachodayat swaha idam gatridam namama. Om bhurbhuva sva tatsaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimai dhyo yo na prachodayat swaha idam gatridam namama. For those of the Havans that are flaming, be mindful there are people sitting in front of you, and so we don't want to catch them afire, alright? So let's remember that. Let us mix the ahutis. We were supposed to ensure that the Havan Kund has a little cotton or a diya inside of there. I'm thinking that maybe you all can correct that, Tara Maharaj, quickly. Look around and make the correction. Om Vishnave Namah. Because I call Tara doesn't mean that she alone has to get up. Om Vishnave Namah. Look around and see where you can do the correction. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
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 I'm now going to ask the men folk of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, the men folk of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation to please come. We'll use this Havan Kund on the stage and you will do your Havan here. The men folk, quickly. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
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 Shri
विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् ॐ हंसंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसा प्रचोदयात् 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 ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् ॐ अंजनीसुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात् अंजनीसुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात् अंजनीसुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात् ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् 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 ॐ महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात् ॐ महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात् महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात् ॐ ब्रह्मा मुरारी श्रीपुरन्दकारी भानु शशि भूमि सतोव्रस्य गुरु शुक्र शनि राहु केतव सर्वे ग्रह शान्तिकारा भवन्तु ब्रह्मा मुरारी श्रीपुरन्दकारी भानु शशि भूमि सतोव्रस्य गुरु शुक्र शनि राहु केतव सर्वे ग्रह शान्तिकारा भवन्तु ब्रह्मा मुरारी श्रीपुरन्दकारी भानु शशि भूमि सतोव्रस्य गुरु शुक्र शनि राहु केतव सर्वे ग्रह शान्तिकारा भवन्तु ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ हनुमन्ताय नमः ॐ नमो 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 हनुमन्ताय नमः ॐ सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवताय नमः स्वाहा whatever we have in the three shares now ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षमामृतात् ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् स्वाहा everybody say with me final share ॐ सर्व देवी सर्व देवा नमः स्वाहा wash your hands जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान
जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
खड़ा हो जाए let's all stand down and in your thalis there is a nutmeg As we take this nutmeg, we use this nutmeg as our Purnahuti. We'll take a root from here. Ashish. We'll take a root from here. And the root will be the Purnahuti. And so we pray to Lord Hanuman, we thank you for giving us this opportunity. If we have made any mistakes, any shortcomings, we beg for Chama, for forgiveness. Hari Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnarachate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vishishtate Om Sarvam Ve Purnagvam Sarvam Ve Purnagvam Swaha. Into the fire. We sprinkle water around. Sarvatirita Samayuktam Sugandhim Dirvanam Janam Ajvanam Yadatta Grihana Parameshwara Ajvanam Samarpyami. We find the smoke in all directions, east, west, north, south, up and down. Panaspatira Surabuto Gandaryo Ganadutamagre Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratigretam. Om Namo Hanumantanama. We bow to the fire. Om Namo Hanumantanama. Om Namo Hanumantanama. We lift our arti. Mata Pita Tum Mere शरण कहो किसकी
स्वामी शरण कहो किसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा
प्रभु बिन और न पूजा
आस करो जिसके तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतरयामी
स्वामी तुम अंतरयामी
पार ब्रह्मा परमेश्वर
पार ब्रह्मा परमेश्वर
तुम सबके स्वामी माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहो किसकी
स्वामी शरण कहो किसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा
प्रभु बिन और न पूजा
आस करो जिसकी
हरे
विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा
श्रद्धा भक्ति बनाओ
श्रद्धा प्रेम चढ़ाओ
संतन की सेवा
जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा
नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा.
Travan Barbie, please come quickly. Uncle Harry, can you please come? Honey Harry, come quickly. Everybody, let's sing. Let's clap our hands. Bira Hanumana Ti Balvana Ram Ram Nasiyare He 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 Prabhu Man Basiyare
Bira Hanumana Ti Balvana Ram Ram Nasiyare He 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 Prabhu Man Basiyare
Bira Hanumana Ti Balvana Ram Ram Nasiyare He 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 प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमान अति बलवान
की।
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान 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 की।
वीरा हनुमान ते बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे। हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे।
वीरा हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे। हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
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 हनुमान ते बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे। हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे।
वीरा हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे। हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे।
बजरंगा बली ओ बजरंगा बली।
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 महावीर बली महावीर 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 बली।
महावीर
की
महावीर
की महावीर बली महावीर बली। पंत्रवाणी की जय। Let us put our hands together. As we offer this parsad, I'm not sure why Uncle Harry offered his own without me, but as we offer the parsad, with faith, with love and with devotion, we pray, O Lord Hanuman, you have the ability to ward away and nullify the effects of grahas. And so we pray to you. May all our grahas be warded away. O Protector, Hanumanji, we bow to you with conviction from our hearts. This evening we lift up this morning, Mama Chine, as we offer these 9 fruits and his parsad in Havana. We pray, who give up Bal, Buddhi, Vidya, strength, knowledge and intelligence, accept our worship. Om Namo Hanumantaya Namah. Om Namo Hanumantaya Namah. Om Namo Hanumantaya Namah. Pray in your own way. जामवंत की बचन सुनाए, सुनो हनुमंत हृदय भावे। तब लग मोहि प्रकृति तुम पाए, सैन दुख कन मूल पल गाए। जब लगा वरय शीतलय देके, ओई काजु मोहि हरहि बिसेकी। या कानय सब करहु माता, चलहु हृदय दरिद्र रघुनाथा। सिंधु तीर एक बहुद्र समुद्र, कटुक कुद जनताऊ पारा। बार बार रघुबीर संभारे, काकू पवन तनय बलबारी। जिरि गिरि चरण जी गिरि चरण दे हनुमाना। चल सो गए पाताल तुरंता, जया कोरा रघु पति कर भाना, ए बिनती का चलो हनुमाना। मंगल भवनय मंगल भवनय मंगलहारी, प्रभु सुरसरत जिर बिहारी। जय राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। अस्तु मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय. O Lord Hanuman, we thank you for this opportunity. If we have faulted in any way, knowingly or unknowingly, we beg for forgiveness. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janadhara, yat pujitam mya deva paripurnam tarastame. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sika tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. Om Shanti Om. Everybody. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om. उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, अयोध्या राम लला की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पूरे सा जगन्नाथ की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतने की जय, सियापति और पुत्र हनुमान की, और पुत्र हनुमान की, और पुत्र हनुमान की. तंडी चना. सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहि बेधिरा के राम, जाहि बेधिरा के राम, ताहि बेधि रहे.
सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम. पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. Let's all be seated. Nishad is going to make his way to the stage. While he's coming, we have with us Sri Dev Ji. I'm going to ask you to give your blessings, Mr. Tanku, in whichever way you choose to. Very, very short, very, very short. We have with us Bari Ji is here with us as well. I'm not sure if he wants to say a few words. Oh, okay. Om Namo Hanumantana.
Sita, everybody. I want to bring special greetings on behalf of the Leader of the Opposition, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa. On behalf of myself and my family, I want to bring very special greetings. I want to thank the organizers of this grand event for the opportunity to participate in what has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm sure you all will agree. Now, it's a dangerous thing generally to put a politician on a mic. So I have one message to leave with you today, and then I will move on. Bole Pavan Putra Hanuman ki, Bole Pavan Putra Hanuman ki, Bole Pavan Putra Hanuman ki. God bless everyone. Thank you very much.
Everything that you're seeing around, even the foundation that you're sitting on, has happened, and it has happened basically without me having to do a single thing. And it's because there is there is a driving force behind the entire thing. And when I say a force, I mean a real force. A man who does not only talk, but he supports his speech by his actions. He is supported by other men in the group. Last night, our president said to me, when we go home, we're going to make our road to offer to Lord Hanuman. But we have ingredients here just in case, you know. We brought a pot on it. And I said to her, well, I have an idea. I want to be in the road making. Can we make the road here? And with the help of the ladies, I threw all the ingredients in the bowl and I'm guiding them into what to do. And we're making the road. And the ladies, they're saying, but you know, mine's never come out that color. And it never comes out the way that yours is coming out. And I said to them, can you imagine? We're only making 10 pounds tonight. But in the future, can you imagine how much pounds we'll have to make? That man, who is the driving force, is the man who was turning the road in the pot last night. He has a faithful supporter, one of my godsons, who has a unique way of trying to make me feel bad and inferior when it comes to that superior man. Strange. He made all that talking yesterday and he's absent today. Tell him I spoke about him on the microphone when you see him. To all the members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, I want you to stand up where you are. Just stand up right where you are. And I'm talking about the members who work. I want you to look around and see what it looks like. I want you to look around and see what it looks like. Are you seeing what it looks like? These are the people who are responsible for everything that you are seeing. And they're the ones who laid the foundation upon which we are seated here. Our president last night said to them, I am in charge, spread the tablecloth now. And they said, but the breeze will blow it down. She said, well, we will pick it up back. When there is a good leader and there is a vision, you know what will happen? Only success and growth will come. Do you agree with that? But then you need to give our leader a round of applause. To you, members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, I want to say congratulations on an excellent job in your very first event at the home of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. And for that, you deserve a round of applause. Cindy was inquiring yesterday where we will cook the food. If we could, we might not be able to have enough space to accommodate people when they start coming to the temple. And Nigel jokingly said, we will go under a tree. But if you know him, he will make a provision. I know. I'm not worried at all. When members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and myself came a few days ago here to make the preparations and to decide where everything will be situated to do the Hanuman Puja, the men of the group, they started having a conversation, and I said this in the yajna. A conversation that made me start to cry, and a conversation that made me left with tears in my eyes. And their conversation was about how, when the pundit gets old, how the pundit will be able to go up on the stage with all of those steps. You're sitting in a part of the kitchen, you're sitting in a part of the main hall. But behind me is where the main altar is. And the main altar is the same distance away from where you are seated. Up there. And there are a lot of stairs to climb to go. And they were planning for when the pundit get old and he can't walk up the step. And they said they'll make a hole in the floor with a trap door, with some kind of device that will bring you up from your room into the... And in my mind I'm saying, they're planning for me not to walk. They're planning for me not to be able to help myself. And then they said to me, you'll get old, you know. You can't think about that when you're done get old. You have to think about it now. But this morning I want to tell you that the Ganesh Utsav Foundation has thought about building this mandir, not for us, but for all of you. And not only for you, but for Bhagwan, for God. And so this morning, where there is a will, God will always create a way. With purity, as we forge forward, we depend on your help and your assistance and your aid. You may not be able to contribute financially, but you could come and you could help us carry a block, trim a tree, and together, all of us, the task will be easy when we all get together. To all of you who would have worked, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You should have seen this place a few days ago to what it is now. And to the people who go beyond the call, like Paki, who spends all of his time here. Nobody knows, but he spends all of his time here. To Dave and those who go beyond the call. This is the very first major event that Shiva is taking part in. But Shiva, you didn't see nothing yet. Because this is smoke. You should see when we have fire what happens. This morning, I want to say that you all have done exceptionally well. And I want to say a special, special thanks to the men folk of the group. More than the ladies. We always thank the ladies, but I want to say thank you to the men. You have surprised me, and you have done exceptionally well. Sintra is going to sing this bhajan, and this bhajan is to serenade the men folk of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. Actually, Sintra is not going to sing. We'll get a professional singer to sing. We'll ask my cousin Nishad to sing. I'm not sure if you know, but while he's in the entertainment industry, I'm in the God industry. And so his mother and my mother happens to be sisters. You may not have known that before. But he's in a different industry, and I'm in a different industry. But I want to remind him, when we were children, we will sit in my grandmother's front porch, and he will beat a cardboard box, and I will be singing, Jai Jagadisha Hari. Well, he stick to beating, and I stick to singing Jai Jagadisha Hari. So we join in the bhajan. Hey.
Sita, thank you very much, Sunil. And I want to
Excuse Pandit
Sunil,
Thank
sorry.
you.
To me, he's just Sunil. Even though I have utmost respect, I grew up with him as Sunil, so you understand, right?
No.
And I want to remind him that we didn't just used to beat the table and sing in the gallery. We used to go up in the back on the hill. And Sunil used to go, for those of you who don't know, let me give you a quick story. My grandmother had a parlor. So, you know, they used to sell all kind of things, flour and oil and different types of ingredients. And, you know, sometimes the flour would get weevil, I don't know what it is. But from the time that happened, Sunil was the happiest person because he go in and pick up all the parasad, all the flour, and taking it up on the hill in the back where we had a special big pot waiting just to make parasad. And that wasn't for anybody to eat it, just by the way. That was just because Sunil had a genuine love and a passion for was it parasad or was it God? I'm not sure at that point in time. But I want to say, he's come a very, very long way since then. And we knew from a very tender age that this is something that Pandit Sunil was very passionate about. So to see him fulfill his destiny in this way is something that we are very proud of. Our family, I want to say, Sunil, on behalf of all of us, from my family, from your family, the extended family, we are very proud of you for everything you are doing to help us to be connected with the divine and to keep this part of our culture alive. So please put your hands together for Pandit Sunil. Can I ask these guys to play a D chord for me? Can we do that?
Told you he into beat. Now you understand.
E, my bad. E major. हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी पुकार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार. Join with me. हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी पुकार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार. अस्त सीधी नव निधि के दाता अस्त सीधी नव निधि के दाता दुखियों के तुम भाग्य विधाता दुखियों के तुम भाग्य विधाता सिया राम के काज सवारे सिया राम के काज सवारे मेरा कर उधार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार. Join me in singing the chorus. हे दुख मारुति सुन लो मेरी पुकार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार. Come on, keep your hands clapping, keep the claps going. जपू निरंतर नाम तिहारा जपू निरंतर नाम तिहारा अब नहीं छोड़ो तेरा द्वारा अब नहीं छोड़ो तेरा द्वारा राम भक्त मोहे शरण में लीजे राम भक्त मोहे शरण में लीजे भव सागर से तार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार. हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी पुकार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार पवन सुत विनती
वन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. सत्य सनातन धर्म.
Can I say one more thing? Sorry, I don't mean to cut into your time, but today I have to say the most important person to me, who is the reason for me being here, she's also the reason for me being here, as in here today, because my mom is celebrating her birthday today. And Stand. She said this year for my birthday, and I was bracing to hear what the present was. She said, I want you to come and do puja with me for my birthday. So I'm here with my mommy and my brother. Can we sing happy birthday to her? Is that okay? बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिन ये गाए, बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिन ये गाए, तुझे ये हजारों साल ये मेरी है यार. Everybody sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, they call her Teddy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to you, mommy. I love you so much. Sita Ram, everybody.
Satyasanandharmaki Jai. You know, we're having the puja, and I think that, you know, some of the ladies, like Auntie Angie, could probably get up and dance a little bit. Auntie Angie, I'm singing this especially for you. You know, my aunt is celebrating her birthday. So, birthday is a kind of festive thing, you know. After we do this rendition, everybody will be invited to come and do their arti, to whatever it is you want to do, to talk to Lord Hanuman in whichever way you choose to. Refreshments are provided for all, so you can partake of the refreshments, and so we can enjoy each other's company. We have no limitations, we are home, but at the same time we have to be very cautious. We have to remember that COVID is still a very real thing. I'm going to ask you as much as possible to keep your mask on. As much as possible, keep your mask on. And respectfully, we respect each other's. We are our own best friend and our worst enemy. So let us try to be our friend today. So, Auntie Angie, you and Shobha, where is Shobha? I know she's here. Where is Judy? I know she's here. I'm seeing her head. She's bowing. If she didn't do that, I would not have recognized her. So, Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ananda Bhai Hoy Ananda Bhai,
Ananda Bhai ho Ananda Bhai,
Ananda Bhai Hoy Ananda Bhai,
Ananda Bhai ho Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai,
Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bhai.
राजा दशरथ की चार पुत्र को,
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 लक्ष्मण राम सहित अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय.
गुरु हुए हे विश्वामित्र,
गुरु हुए है विश्वामित्र,
गुरु हुए हे विश्वामित्र,
गुरु हुए है विश्वामित्र,
घर घर आन परे अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय.
तुलसीदास बने आशा चरण के,
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 मांगल सुपन करे अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
आनंद भय हुए आनंद भय,
आनंद भय हो आनंद भय,
आनंद भय हुए आनंद भय,
आनंद भय हो आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय,
अयोध्या आजु आनंद भय.
बोलो बोलो अयोध्या नाथ सिया पति रामचंद्र की सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. So Sintran and Paul will sing a bhajan each. You all can come and do your arti, meet with Lord Hanuman, and for those of you who have offered your parsad, you can come and take back your thali, and we enjoy lunch this evening. Can we put the thalis on the edge so that they'll be able to take it from the edge easily?
सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बंदर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी
Can we all remain seated where we are for a minute as the arti will come and the parsad will come? Just remain seated right where you are for a minute. Just for 1 minute. Everybody, let's just be seated. Can we just pass, the ladies of the group, can you just pass the arti quickly? Take the basket and pass the arti quickly.
किसकी पुत्री कौन के पायक कौन के पायक कौन के पायक किसकी पुत्री कौन के पायक कौन के पायक कौन के पायक किस करे तुम अगमानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी तुम हो बानर बान की बासी बान की बासी बान की बासी तुम हो बानर बान की बासी बान की बासी बान की बासी लंका कैसे कहो कहानी कहो बखानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी सी मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी किससे भेजन भई रघुबर से भई रघुबर से भई रघुबर से किससे भेजन भई रघुबर से भई रघुबर से भई रघुबर से तो सब हमरे कहो बखानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी से मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी से मुस्कानी सिया मुस्कानी बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी, सिया मुस्कानी, बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी, बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी, बानर देखे सिया मुस्कानी।
Everything okay? What happened? Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. If for some strange reason you would have forgotten something, or if for some strange reason you would have taken something that doesn't belong to you, you can call the numbers that you all called originally, and we will try to see how best we can facilitate the return or the exchange. So, just in case, that's just in case.
1, 2. This is also an announcement. The driver of PDS 8393, PDS 8393, you are blocking the driveway. Someone would like somebody go with your tire, so कौन सासन आई, कौन सासन आई पवन सुत, कौन सासन आई पवन सुत, कौन सासन आई, कौन सासन आई, कौन सासन आई पवन सुत, कौन सासन आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई। कहवा से आवे राम और लक्ष्मण, कहवा से आवे राम और लक्ष्मण, कहवा से आवे हनुमान, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई। के करके पुत्र की घर तुम पायक, के करके पुत्र के घर तुम पायक, के कर प्यास से आयो पवन सुत, कौन सास से आए। कौन सास से आई, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई। अंजनी के पुत्र राम जी के सायक, अंजनी के पुत्र राम जी के सायक, के कर प्यास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई। कौन सास से आई, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई पवन सुत, कौन सास से आई। दोनों